Hello and welcome to Forever Rugby on Forever Sports, and some breaking news, very interesting news. CRUZ MALIA has officially been cited by SANZAAR for his collision with Grant Williams this weekend, which has obviously caused a lot of debate throughout the weekend. And I said at the time on the watch along that it was going to be very interesting to see the sort of the precedent that it might set. Whether they decided it was a rugby collision, whether it was reckless. And whichever way it was going to go, it was going to become a very big talking point with regards to how they officiate these sort of collisions. Because this is not the first one. We obviously had CJ Standout and Pat Lambie years ago, which is why so many South Africans were really upset about it. Because obviously that was sort of one of the last sort of concussions that really sort of put the final nail in the coffin of Pat Lambie's career. So it was always going to be interesting to see what the reaction was going to be, and if SANZAAR was even going to say anything about it. They have, and there will be a citing commission. And he has been potentially cited for that. So before you look into the details of the press release and look at exactly what might happen and kind of what this means and what sort of precedent this will set, please do smash like on the video. Please do subscribe to the channel as well. Right, so this is the press release that came out in the early hours of this morning. And literally came out in the 11th second of the game. The nature of offence is Law 9.11, which says players must not do anything that is reckless or dangerous to others. The rest of the release reads as follows. It says CRUZ MALIA of Argentina has been cited for alleged foul play during a rugby championship match at the weekend. CRUZ MALIA is alleged to have contravened Law 9.11. Players must not do anything that is reckless or dangerous to others during the match between South Africa and Argentina at Emirates Airline Park in Johannesburg, 29th of July. Upon further review of the match footage, the cited commissioner deemed in his opinion that incident had met the red card threshold for foul play. The case to be considered in the first instance by the SANZAAR Foul Play Review Committee, which will take place on Tuesday, the 1st of August, via video conference at 10 a.m. South African time. Then says all SANZAAR disciplinary matters are in the first instance referred to the Foul Play Review Committee to provide the option of expediting the judicial process. For matters to be dispensed with at this hearing, the person appearing must plead guilty and accept the penalty offered by the Foul Play Review Committee. So yeah, basically, so that commission will take place tomorrow. I do think he's going to get a ban. I think that there's two things. First of all, I do think it was a bad incident. I said at the time, when I first saw it, I sort of looked really reckless. Then you see that it is charged down. You sit there going, well, he did charge down, but the manner in which he charged down, for me, was pretty reckless. There was very little control, for example, and I think that obviously we now know that Grant Williams' potential World Cup's over, and it was the collision that could have been avoided. So it is going to be interesting to see exactly what they do and what kind of ban this is going to be. And probably quite an important time just going into the World Cup to have an incident like this, which does go to the CITED Commission, and they do then take action, because I think this will become a very big important precedent moving into the World Cup, which starts in just over a month, about 39 days I think it is now to go. So do you mind? So it is going to be a very interesting hearing. I think there has to be a ban. As I think we've had such a big focus on head injuries and protecting head injuries, and there's been a massive shift there from World Rugby. To see an incident like that where somebody is knocked out cold in 10 seconds of the game to leave on oxygen in a stretcher, it was quite a sort of stick to the stomach type moment. And I think what's worrying is some of the reactions. Some of the reactions have obviously been very a lot of people very angry, people very upset, but a lot of people sort of saying, well, it's just a rugby incident, it happens, people have gone soft, the game's gone soft, and you sort of start seeing that, and you get quite bored of that sort of concept. At the end of the day, it was horrible to watch from Grant Williams. It's potentially ruined his World Cup. And the biggest thing when it comes to all these things is it's an avoidable incident. And that's kind of what we're trying to cut out. Same thing with tackle and stuff like that. You sit there saying, oh, he couldn't have done anything more. He went, it was accidental head and shoulder contact. Well, we're talking about players who are going into tackles upright, for example. That is an avoidable incident. And that's kind of the big thing at the moment, is that, to try and control the controllables, make rugby safer. And this whole thing of rugby's gone soft. I mean, rugby's more physical than ever, really. The athleticism, the power that these players have is far greater than there were 10, 20 years ago. But that is why technique is becoming such an important. That's why we have to have a big shift about how we play the game, to make sure that people still want to play the game. Our parents are happy to send their kids and let their kids play the game, because it needs to be safe. And an incident like Saturday is a horrible thing to witness, and something that could be avoided and should be avoided in the future. Let me know what sort of ban you think. I reckon we're probably looking at about a 3-match ban. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. Please do smash like on the video, subscribe to the channel as well. Was it a red card? Was it a rugby incident? I want to know what your opinion is. So let me know down in those comments, and I will chat to you guys all very soon.